Hello class. In this video, I'd like to go over a problem from your textbook. It's problem 41-4. Let me put it up on the screen. There it is. I'll read it to you. In 2004, the Watergate Hotel in Washington, D.C. obtained a loan from PB Capital. At this time, hotel employees were represented by a labor union, and under a collective bargaining agreement, the hotel agreed to make contributions to an employee's pension fund run by the union. In 2007, the hotel was closed due to poor business, although the owner stated that the hotel would reopen in 2010. Despite this expectation, PB Capital, which was still owed $40 million by the hotel owner, instituted foreclosure proceedings. At the foreclosure sale, PB Capital bought the hotel and reopened it under new management and with a new workforce. The union sued PB Capital, contending that it should pay the $637,855 owed by the previous owner into the employee's pension fund. Should PB Capital, as the hotel's new owner, have to incur the previous owner's obligation to pay into the pension fund under the theory of successor liability? Why or why not? You'll see that this is based on a real case. And so if you're interested in reading more about it, you can certainly look the case up online. But after listening to that set of facts, you can already see that's quite a different scenario, right, from what we have looked at in some other scenarios in your text or maybe even on MindTap. This is definitely very different from the case problem analysis in MindTap. So in this case, what do you see going on? Well, you see a hotel that was shut down. You see that it was sold at foreclosure, and that's just a process that's used when you have a borrower who has used the hotel as security, who cannot make the payments on the loan and now has to forfeit the hotel at a sale called a foreclosure sale. All right, so it's sold. PB Capital takes it on, and after a couple of years reopens it. What else does the facts tell you? There's new management that is brought in. There's a new workforce that is brought in. And so you have a different business that starts operating the hotel. You also have this lapse in time. All right. So these facts all lend themselves to a new entity, the successor being a entirely new entity and not the same as the previous owner. So what's that mean regarding the obligation to the pension fund? Should that obligation transfer to this successor, or should it remain with the previous owners? All right. This particular case, it seems very unlikely that a court will find the successor to the hotel, PB Capital and its owners, that they have the burden to pay the previous owner's debt. There doesn't seem to be any exception that we fall into here. If you recall, we don't see any fraud, someone trying to escape their liability. You do not see express assumption or even implied assumption, and you definitely do not see a de facto merger, some elements of the same business being continued by the same people. So you have a totally different scenario, and you're going to get a totally different outcome. So I wanted you to see this contrast with the previous examples we have looked at, and I think it's good for you to have these contrasting scenarios in mind as you continue to learn about the purchase of assets, the topic of purchase of assets. Going to end there, and if you have any questions, please send me an email or come and talk to me during office hours.